Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Hello, Scarlet's Fire. How are you? How's you and Major Rage doing? Hopefully you're having a good day. And let's see. Right here. Now, today is looking a little wonky to me. A couple things. So I'm gonna fiddle with some settings here for a second, beg your pardon. Yeah, this can't be perfect. That's the thing. It can't be perfect. But you got to get it as close as possible. Because we are using, the camera and everything like that. That's probably going to be as good as it gets. Decent movie. There we go. Nice, finishing up Dragon Quest 2. I'm excited to play that. Hopefully Santa Claus visited me with what I asked for. Nice, the remaster on Tactics. Excellent game. That sort of remaster is the kind of thing that I like to see. They preserve an original version. Okay, so gotta kind of get my bearings here again. I believe we need to go to the Aqua Palace after taking care of the wall. The wall. There we go. Gotta remember the buttons here for a second. Yeah, so what did you think about the Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered? I don't want to color your answer, but yeah, I thought it was great. It's the kind of thing, like I said, it's the kind of thing that I would like to see from remasters. You preserve the game, but then you also, you bring something new. So it's not just like a totally vanilla port or anything like that you could just, well, you could just emulate it. What I would like to see, I think, more in remasters and re-releases is give me some archival footage. Give me some concept art and things like that. Some developer interviews. I think that would be really rad. Okay, so let's see. Water Palace, Potos Village, Kingdom of Pandora. We must needs go up here. And we're just going to kind of continually spam this stuff so that we get our level ups here on our spells. How's it going, Chance? Good to see you. Looking forward to the new FFT. You definitely should. It's good. It's good. And generally I'm fairly critical of voice acting when they add it to old games like that. But honestly, I thought most of what I heard, I didn't finish it, but most of what I heard sounded pretty good, pretty straight faced. Not people trying to act like they were cartoons or anything like that. It's fairly serious, earnest stuff. Glad to hear you enjoyed it. Yeah, quality of life features. The original is a hard game. It is. You might have some silverbacks on the internet, tell you, oh, it wasn't that hard. Nah, it was a hard game. You could get all kinds of things go wrong with that thing. Let's see. Just a bit more adjusting. Beg your pardon again. Well, it's not completely. It wants to lean towards the right. So I shouldn't point it out because then people will be like, oh yeah, you're right. That's probably the best it's going to get. Criterion Collection for games. That's what I want to see. See, the Criterion Collection, it's not like they're like, oh yeah, we're going to, touch up, we're going to add CGI and we're going to George Lucas it. So there's two kinds of remakes there, right? In film analogy language. You could have the George Lucas VHS Star Wars Special Edition remakes, or you could have the Criterion re-releases. I would take the Criterion re-releases any day. The mana seed of water was stolen. I couldn't do anything about it. They must have done it when Undine was in danger and out of power. The water tells me they took it to Gaia's navel, or deeper. Gaia's colon. I don't think they are from the Empire. Please, hurry and bring it back. Okay, so that's where we gotta go next. What's down here? All right, nothing. Yeah. Oh, too slow. Oh, I hear that. It's I mean, it is a tactical RPG too. Some of those can get really, really slow. What was I playing recently? I was playing something. I was like, wow, this is moving at a snail's pace. Mole here. How's it going? Third strongest mole. Absolutely. Yeah, Lucas seems like one of those where he's kind of addicted to Mickey Mousing. if you pardon the relevant colloquialism there. But yeah, it seems like he likes to continue to mess with, or liked to continue to mess with things. I think the best thing that a creator can do is know when to stop working on something. A lot of artists I know, I myself know that the hard way. You know, you never stop working on something, because as the creator, you always see something else that could fit, or something else that could, fall in line, be improved, whatever. But eventually, at a certain point, you've concretely and objectively improved everything, and now you're just adding a sort of extra noise to it, and that doesn't help. That doesn't help. I hadn't heard much about the ending, though. I will be interested to see that. I did appreciate the ambiguous ending of the original, but I feel like the intro to Final Fantasy Tactics gives you a sense of what the ending is going to be like anyway, so far as what history is concerned with, right? And very, I mean, what an interesting premise, too, in Final Fantasy Tactics. My favorite Final Fantasy, with Final Fantasy in the title. Time for Dragon Quest 2. Have a great stream. All right. Hey, good. Thanks for saying hi, Mage, and have a good stream. I will. I'll look for you guys today. I gotta remember to do all that stuff. I haven't raided for a while. Hey, how's it going, Baron? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to know you. How are you? Hey, I had a question for you folks, actually. Baron popping in just reminded me. So we were talking about the book last week, the most controversial book on RPGs ever written, apparently. I think I passed it. And honestly, the thing that I thought was going to be the most controversial wound up not being controversial at all. I haven't heard anybody comment on it, and so I'm kind of curious to your thoughts. And this thing is the hey, Mr. Temper, how's it going? The defining RPGs part. I haven't heard anybody comment on it. I haven't seen any controversy on it. There could be some out there, but I didn't go out of my way to find commentary on the book. But so to put that out to people who have looked at the book, what did you think of an attempt to rationalize, quantify, categorize, defining an RPG? It's a tricky one, and I get into discussions on it all the time. What book? The book. The book. I thought about if I do re-release it somewhere, I do a different title. I don't know. Gonna get out from that old SEO. There we go. And now we can spam this stuff again. Acid Storm. Mr. Temper, how are you doing today? Oh, there's Undine level 2. Oh, hang on. I gotta. So, I didn't remember this. No, each spell levels up, but also the sprite itself levels up. Is that right? It definitely doesn't show levels for individual spells here. Okay, so I don't remember this. Do the sprites themselves level up only, or I guess the elements level up only, or do the individual spells level up? Oh, you like the Venn diagram? I'm not too. The reason why I asked too is I'm not super confident that that's watertight just yet, but I think it was a start, which is what it needed to be. Oh, I can't reach that guy down there. Come on, he's right there. I think it was a start towards categorizing and quantifying RPGs. You need a super majority, but specifically a majority of the first 3. But it certainly made it interesting trying to apply that metric, that rule of 3 or the 3 threes, to different games and kind of see like, okay, does this really work? Or, you know, do you kind of start to... Oh, no, that's here. Okay, I'm taking the cannon because I can't remember where to go. You kind of start to see where it works out and where it doesn't, and where potentially there are pitfalls. Whoops. I'm doing okay, thanks very much. I'm glad you're doing just fine. Let's see. I accept that if you're going to write a book like that, there will be edge cases and you have to give a rationale. Personally, I don't find RPG to be a very distinct category at the end of the day. Certainly not now. And this was something I was conscious of when I was writing that book as well, is it was a lot easier to think about in a context of 30 years ago, Mole, versus now, where there's much more hybridization and there's objectively there are more subgenres now than there were 30 years ago. Plus, I'm dealing in a very specific context, just the English releases of SNES RPGs. So I think that allowed the book to get granular in a way that doesn't necessarily work entirely today, or would take a little more caveats and kind of fudging numbers and gray areas. But I also want to expand the conversation by bringing this up as well. I was speaking with a friend online recently, and they said what I encounter pretty frequently, which is somebody will read the book or they'll read my definition, and they'll say something like, it's silly to define RPGs by just level ups. And I agree. That sounds pretty weird to say that even. But I don't think that's... I don't think that's what I'm doing. I usually say it's a bit more specific to say intrinsic character progression. Because that could be more than just level ups. But it's the difference between a character intrinsically improving their stats through incremental gains of some kind versus, we're going to go to in here, versus, say, picking up a mushroom up off the ground and doubling your hits. I think there's a difference there between the item acquisition and the intrinsic progression. Now, given there are some that really muddle with that, Vagrant Story, Monster Hunter, stuff like that. But certainly in that context back in the day, Super Nintendo, you can absolutely tell, going back to what you're saying here, Mole, that you don't find RPG to be a very distinct category. You could certainly tell the difference between Secret of Mana and Super Mario World. Or if you like Super Mario World and Super Mario RPG, right? Those are some pretty distinct differences. But today, you get a lot more hybridization. Spells don't level up individually, glad to know. Used to spam the... Oh, 1 MP, okay. Alright, well that's good to remember. Twitch Mobile is having a midlife crisis? That sounds on point for Twitch Mobile. Let's see, I wonder if elements you identify converging on the idea of collaborative world building between game and player might be a fruitful add-on. I would love to hear you extrapolate a bit on that. Expound on that for us, Chance, would you? Perchance, would you? What could make a hole this big?
The thieves are below. Next, they'll hit the underground palace. I'll handle the palace. You check this out. Keep alert. We don't know what lies below.
Okay. Oh, I always forget about this part. I always think you jump straight from fighting the wall boss to the upper lands, and then that's it. I almost never remember this sequence, and I don't know why. It's got great music. A little jazz. What I took from Laura G and her husband's talk, the importance of player imagination in RPGs versus other genres. Yeah, so let's see. In my book, I would say that's the character role. I tried to define that category as the player agency and making decisions. I once encountered a CRPG fan who was telling me that an RPG has to have choices that you can make that affect the outcome of the game, which I think is really interesting. Lament of Innocence for the first time and thought about counting it for the 12 RPGs challenge, but decided not to. So I haven't played that one, so I can't comment. But there are Castlevanias that are RPGs, right? And then there are some that are not. And it's almost, they're so close, it's almost entirely hanging on the character progression, right? Like Castlevania 1 versus Symphony of the Night. Very different ways that they handle character progression. Was he a snatcher a bit? It's got that vibe, huh? That kind of urban noir vibe. It sounds like it could be from Shadowrun. Aha, the water seed! How do you get in here? You realize we can't let you leave. Welcome. We, the Scorpion Army, will rule the world. Check it out. Shut up! We took the water seed to complete our super deluxe robot. We call it Kilroy. Hubba, hubba, do it. Aye, aye, sir. That's such a weird... Imagine localizing that exchange and just being like, yeah, this is exactly what they're saying. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at this Chrono Trigger-esque robot. Go get them now. See ya. Farewell. Goodbye, children. Hey, what's wrong? Too much energy. It's out of control. No! Remove the seed. Use the auxiliary power. That's what happens when you do stuff like that. Okay, so let's have a little throwdown here. Hey. This is one where I'm like, I have no idea how far away I need to be from this thing in order to get hit or to not get hit. I don't think anybody knows, honestly. Ew. Nope, not that one. There we go. Well, you know what? Actually, maybe I'll do this. Do some HP drain. Dude, it just does not want to connect. It just does not want to hit. Okay, let me see here. It's kind of an in-between classic Vinny, Symphony of the Night. Leon Belmont has stats, but they only increased based on equipment you find or buy, which seems more adventure-oriented to me when it's attached to equipment. But again, that's kind of a gray, kind of a pretty gray area. Meaningful choice impacting endings does seem like an aspiration of lots of games, less so in JRPGs. Truer to the D&D roots. Yeah, I don't think it's a mistake that this was a CRPG fan that suggested that to me. Meaningful choice is a feature of games as an interactive medium. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that, there's probably differences. Say again, let's take Dragon Warrior versus oh, I don't know. I'm struggling to find a. Usually I say Dragon Quest versus King's Quest, but I don't remember King's Quest well enough. Dragon Warrior having some narrative choices that can affect the outcome. I didn't include that on my list because I don't think that's inclusive enough. Tolkien is telling a story in line with basic myths. For that kind of story, participation is more imaginative. Agency adheres in how the experience shapes our actual life. So are you talking about agency in participating and imagining Middle-earth when you read the books? Always put collaborative world building together with adventure games. RPG for me is pretty much just having a stat block. Yeah, RPG, what I tried to stress in the book is RPGs are very mathematical. They want to be about numbers and variables and statistics and things like that. When you don't have those things, then I think you're just looking at like an action game or a platformer. At least in this system's context. Choices that affect the ending locks out most retro RPGs from the genre. Yeah, a lot of JRPGs don't have that. Dragon Warrior has, a couple. Rescue the Princess or not, or join the Dragon Lord or not. It does look like Gato, see? Classifying video games in modernity is futile. Yeah, I didn't want to attempt that. Only two categories that matter are good and bad. Well, I don't know, because if you go somewhere and ask to buy an RPG and they hand you Just Dance, you're gonna be pissed off. You gotta have some categorization. I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I want to agree with you and say that classifying in modernity is difficult, but not to the point to where I'd suggest that there's no meaningful classifications at all. I think that's linguistic anarchy is a phrase I like to use in chat often. Come on, moguls. I don't like this boss. I've been saying that about many bosses, actually. I don't like... There are quite a few bosses in this that vex me so. They can just be real hard to hit, And then this stuff happens. Okay. Oh yeah, he's out. Go this way. Let's see. Fun fact, Tetris may not be an RPG. Recently, Puyo Puyo is a spin-off from a Japanese dungeon crawler RPG, Mado Monogatari. Oh, that's cool. Somebody needs to make a Tetris RPG one of these days. That would be rad. See, what I wanted to get away from was, I don't think I cast this, was any notion that, you play a role, therefore it's an RPG. I'm alarmed at how often I run into that still. Seems pretty ludicrous to me to suggest that it's any game in which you play a role. It's like, that's how I got to that one guy who was like, well, you play the role of the player in Tetris, therefore, and yikes. Come on. There we go. Oh, the simul co-op is so good. It's okay to not love Secret of Mana. It's okay to not love anything, I guess. Unless you pledge your love to something like your wife, your spouse, and then you don't. That would be bad. Way to go! Got Javelin's orb. Your little micro dungeon. Nuts! Oh well, see you bye. We got the Mana Seed. Yeah, a little micro dungeon. Easy peasy. Let's bring him back to the water palace and get the heck out of here. Oh, should we talk to this guy? Come on, you two. You're safe. Somehow you seem older. Gemma took off with some Pandoran soldiers. Okay. You should probably love your children too. Yeah, if you have children. Yeah. Yeah. And I think, generally speaking, like if your parents are not maniacs, you should love your parents. You should love your friends, things like that. People who do well by you. I mean, I'm one who thinks love is a virtue, so. But yeah, it's okay to not like commercial product X. we'll keep it to that. Let's see. Interesting enough, I referred to Crusader Kings, as I recall you mentioned that, as the role-playingest game I know of. Not sure it's always considered an RPG, though. So I would love to know what you mean by that, Mole. Our role-playingest. At this point in my life, I think of role-playingest as something that really is all about number crunching and character progression. It has narrative, exploration, not necessarily economy. There are a couple that don't. Okay, we got whip. This thing. Come on. There we go. Oh, I gotta get out of here. I forgot. Okay, everybody's fine with their weapons. We're just gonna leave it like that. Multi-taps were hard to find back in the day. Oh, you would have been pretty young at the time. That's adorable. It's just adorable to think about. Okay, let's try that technique there. We'll just use the cheapest spells. This one was 2 instead of 3. Hang on here. I see Morgoth's ring. Okay, to take a really extreme example, look where Morgoth's agency got him. He didn't sing along with the music, and the music took that choice and made it a more complex story, with him playing a rather undesirable role. Yeah, so now you're not suggesting that the reader is taking part in that kind of act of let's say, co-creation with the author and imagining the story? That would be kind of a meta definition, right? Of co-creation or role-playing, if you like. I think it would be hard. That's interesting, but it would be hard to build a definition around that, right? Let's see. Remember emulating on good old Nesticle. Okay. At least in later CK games, your character has traits that affect outcomes, decisions. Acting against your character's traits consistently can lead to them becoming insane. Oh, so almost like a morality system, it sounds like. Which I think is really interesting, and a lot of classic RPGs will have that. Oh no, can't reach him. That really threw me for a loop in Wizardry 5. If you have the gluttonous trait, you might take a penalty for turning down an invitation to a feast, even if it's being held by a person who you think might poison you. That is pretty RPG-ish. That sounds very RPG-ish. Been over 5 or 6 when Mana came out. Age of the 90s was incredible. I was surprised in researching for this book how early Super Nintendo emulation popped up. The mechanics of the game reinforce the player acting in character. Got it. See, and I was thinking in terms of the mechanics affecting not just your decisions, but how the character not behaves, but I guess develops, right? Like that sub-creation is Tolkien's word. Yeah, see, I thought you were hinting at sub-creation, because that seems very Tolkien-y, right? So I agree. I think defining that in that kind of meta sense, like I said, is very interesting. An act of co-creation. I think that's something that you participate in any art form, right? But especially if you're performing, I think. Like dance is a very interactive art form. Singing can be very interactive. But I think it would be hard to build a definition, certainly for RPG and games, around a meta description of sort of co-creation. Although that could be something like that's something like player agency, I guess. It's in there. It's tangential, maybe. Oh, we got stuff that's not gonna fit in the inventory. Oh, Zophar's still around? Wow. Tied to morality, the main city. Yeah, as soon as you mentioned gluttony and stuff like that, I was instantly, it sounded like a morality type system. Sometimes you'll see like a morality type system that's not really tied to morality, but it's the same sort of function. Let's see. We gotta go to the Mana Palace. I gotta get to a cannonball though, because I don't like making that hike. Let's see. We're gonna go north here. Begs the question: what is the most RPG-iest, or the most RPG-iest game that everybody in here has played? Fresh off the memory, I'm just gonna say Wizardry 5. That seems like the most RPG-iest RPG that I've played. Quite a lot of RPG-ness in there. Even got the morality system. Morality, sorry. I want to slur those words. That's that old frengulectomy getting back on me. RPG Maker? Yeah. I remember a chat I had with somebody, and it kind of, the question just dawned on me, and I do as I do. I just ask the question. A lot of people think when I ask a question that you did get me. A lot of people think when I ask a question that I'm trying to start an argument, but generally I'm asking because I'm curious as to their thoughts, even if I have my own and I'm not ready to share them. But is RPG Maker itself an RPG? And I'm like, yes, absolutely. It's just hybridized with, a creation game. But yeah, they were adamant that it's not. I was like, even though it plays custom-made RPGs in it, that's a little strange. I don't know. I think it's kind of the whole point. It's not like it's like a little side game or something like that. It's straight up, the whole point of it is to make RPGs. It's in the title. Hey, so Mole, you're gonna have to send me a link to this game. I'd be interested in checking it out. Oh, there's monsters all over the place because the Mana Seed is not there. Water Thug is such a funny version of that. Like, look at these guys. Look at them. Does that look like a Water Thug to you? That is adorable. Cool variation on Into the Thick of It. There you go. So good essays along those lines by the philosopher Aaron Sudioko of his games Law with a Terrible Fate. I owe him an essay on Earthbound. Luca, get out of here fast. Gestar. Yeah, they were sharing ideas at that time, weren't they? Pat Holman, who did reverse design studies for years and then just released an indie. Oh, Quartet. Yeah. Cool. I think we covered that one. Cool looking game. Argument like that which defeats the purpose of having the conversation in the first place. Yeah, exactly. It's like when you go to RPG is any game in which you play a role, then it's like, what are we talking about? You know? When everything is an RPG, nothing will be. What game is Mole talking about? Crusader King. Or Crusader Kings, I believe.
Who have we here? I'm Gestar of the Empire. Hand over that seed, or Lucas had it. Don't. What will you do?
Run.
Idiot.
Ouch, can't move. Oh, well. We got to make a decision. Now, here's something to comment on, too. Making decisions, having player agency in video games. And I think JRPGs tend to offer you decisions, but then there's no difference in the outcome, right? So, like, I either could have handed it to him or I could have run, and then he just takes it anyway. The illusion of agency.
So glad the seed's here. Too bad we have to break the seal.
Stop it!
Well, nice to have met you all.
Another boss!
As a little gift, I'd like you to have my little pet. Remember to feed him.
Oh yeah, you gotta hit the heads on this thing? Yep. Jabberwocky. Cool reference. Hey! Nope, don't like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! No! No! Alright. Let's get back on top of this wagon here. He's still got MP. Must just be getting hit. Oh, maybe he's silenced, huh? I don't know. Yeah, he can't use it. Huh. Seeing Crusader Kings at a PlayStation or well, it looks can be deceiving, right? Never judge a book. Like, I've been playing Vampire Hunters. Really fun game. But it doesn't look very impressive. Usually first boss I die to. If I die, oh, it was the wall for me. I didn't even make it to this guy. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Let's try some of this. Since this is so easy to get hit on. Come on! Oh, there's one. Jeez. Some heavy hits in here. Some heavy hits. Oh! Yeah, the sprite will just be like, you just take all the damage. All the damage ever forever. Let's see, is he out yet? No, he's got a couple of these left. Oh, I thought I was casting Acid Storm this whole time. There it goes. Yeah, definitely. I think I don't know if you'd say especially with games, but definitely with games. You could say that. There are some games that look like absolute rubbish that are actually pretty fun. Got the Bose Orb. But I was also thinking books as soon as I saw that. I've seen some books with absolute rubbish covers. And you read it and it was like, wow, that was pretty good. Hey, we did it.
The Imperial forces have drawn back. We managed to defeat their monsters in Pandora, too. I got this from one of them. You should have it. Take it, brother. Got Whip's orb. Red, we're running out of time. I'll return home and stop the Empire there. Only a restored mana sword can beat the fortress. Talk to the cannon travel man in Potos. He'll send you to the upper land.
Now, use your sword to restore the seal. Put on the seed.
Okay. Here we go. Well, what's one contender? Because yeah, I don't know that there's one like ultimate answer to that question. But what's one contender there for most RPG-ish RPG? Solasta? What did I do? Probably got to talk to these yokels again.
I have business with Sage Luca. Goodbye for now.
Pure evil seeks the seed now. You must hurry and revive the mana sword. Go to the lofty mountains and see Sage Jacques to learn about real courage.
Oh, excuse you.
Then go to all 8 of the world's palaces and reactivate all the seeds. You will be able to receive mana power from the seeds once you reactivate them.
So does that mean I gotta go back to the underground palace as well? Is that gonna be a thing that I have to do? I usually book it straight to the upper land here, but it kind of sounds like they gave me 2 different sets of directions. I suppose we could check really quick. Yeah, wizardry seems pretty pure for RPG-ishness. Let's see. Did they give me back all my MP? They did. How nice. How nice. Let's see. I should probably restock on some items, but I know Neko is a bit on the expensive side. Let's see here. There's Potos Village, Kingdom Pandora. Let's restock in Pandora. Hey, what are you doing over here? Oh, no, you know what? We should do, we should go to, well, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Which orb did we pick up? I don't remember. It might have been the Spears orb. In which case we should go back to the Dwarf Village, get that upgraded first. Dungeon crawlers have become your favorite genre? So going back to pick on you a previous statement again. What if you said you like dungeon crawlers and I recommend my favorite dungeon crawler to you? New Super Mario Bros. Wii. You'd be like, what's wrong with you, Moses? And you would have every right, because as muddy as it is with genre definitions, you'd be pretty silly to recommend that game as a dungeon crawler. And then watch, somebody's going to be like, well, technically each stage is a dungeon and you're kind of crawling through them. So every game is a dungeon crawler. So he doesn't take me back to Gaia. RPG Maker answer is good. It's a good answer. Feel like something that makes you roll for stats and distribute points on level up, a noticeable impact on damage and survivability is what I vote for. Yeah, that seems classic CRPG, right? RPG-ness or RPG-ishness? I like RPG-ishness, I think. I like the ish in there. I need to get back to Gaia's navel. I don't know. I don't remember how to get there. Whoops. So I was taking the cannons, y'all. What is that? Water Palace. Opponent's village. Okay. Well, no, you're not gonna? Oh, you're already out. Semantics. Is it really semantics or is it categorization? I mean, I guess everything's semantics, right? What is recommendation for dungeon crawler? So unfortunately with a question like that, the problem is I've been playing only Super Nintendo RPGs virtually for the past 3 years. So a question like that, I'm gonna only think in Super Nintendo contexts, which I hope you don't mind. That said, I think that Eye of the Beholder is awesome. You know what we want. All right, Humory is no different than I do already. Ooh, dang, cutting remark. That's some pokey energy from Earthbound. Oh boy, Earthbound, here we go. Watch it or I'll say something that cuts you like a knife, I think is the line. Chance would know. He's got that game memorized. Okay. But yeah, I would probably say Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Eye of the Beholder, in all seriousness. Hopefully we have the same idea of what a dungeon crawler is. I don't know. I think that counts. I don't know why that reminded me. Somebody mentioned the game Rogue to me the other day. I still got to play that. I think it's on Steam. Okay, good. I mean, with all the recent unpleasantness, I have been doubting myself and feeling like I'm gaslighting myself with every statement. I'm like, is there everything that I know to be true is wrong? Like, you could have been like, that's not a dungeon crawler. That counts as a first-person action game. And I'd been like, oh, shoot. He's right. When dungeon crawler, I'm in Persona 4 Golden. Very cool. I've never played a Persona game. The developer experience makes top shelf dungeon crawlers. I like dungeon crawlers in small amounts, I think. They could be really brutal. Heck, even the greatly simplified Arcana had some tough bits. Really long stretches with no saving. Cool game though. But I think for dungeon crawlers on this system, you're only really looking at Dungeon Master, Eye of the Beholder, Arcana. And let's see, what is this? This is just a regular shop? Yeah. Nah, we're fine. And then I think the two Might and Magics. I love how descriptive video game genres are. Video game genres are. You know, you've got platformer. What do you do in a platformer? Well, you do some platforming. What do you do in a dungeon crawler? Well, you crawl around in dungeons. What do you do in a first-person shooter? Well, you shoot from first person. Even better, what do you do in a run and gun? Or a hack and slash? A lot of these describe what you do. And the interesting thing in thinking about RPGs is, what do you do in an RPG? Well, you role play. Well, what does that mean? And I think it's a lot of what we were discussing here. I think it's a lot of growing the character, making decisions, you know, kind of controlling that destiny of that character in a way that you really don't for Mario and Super Mario. Oh yeah, Wizardry 5. How could I forget Wizardry 5? Pokey might be the most interesting villain since Gollum. So I want to hear you unpack that. I do. I feel like there's not enough of Pokey in Earthbound. It would be cool if we knew he was once good, like really like good, and then, you know, we got to see his corruption, or if there was some grayness to him where, like, oh, sometimes, you know, he'll act this way or sometimes he'll act that way. He kind of goes back and forth, you know, but generally we kind of just get one Pokey, you know what I mean? Let's see. That's pretty good right there. I might just switch this up. There we go. And then I could stand to get like another couple wishes from here. Was anything for that good song? Oh boy, I already made fun of you earlier for saying that, Mr. Temper. How come on? Hey, imagine complaining about talking about a Super Nintendo RPG on a stream where the guy's playing through Super Nintendo RPGs. Poops in the desert after crashing in a stolen helicopter. Oh, does he? I don't think I remember that, actually. Biggest issue is that role-playing game doesn't really describe the actual genre very well. It's more a placeholder that's stuck. Yeah, because it's borrowed, right? It's a borrowed term. It's not like they borrowed platformer, you know, or they borrowed what's like a really gamey genre. Block dropping puzzle. It's a borrowed term, right? So it's got all that kind of extra baggage on it. But yeah, that's why I tried to make the point that the act of the role playing is the building and directing of the character, right? It's just that the game computer is your game master. Did I hit everybody? I don't think... Oh, I did. That was yesterday? No, I did it earlier on this stream because we already mentioned Earthbound previous. Like 30 minutes ago. You must have missed it. It was just for you, too. So twice on stream. I get to do the oh boy, here we go. What a bit more characterization, Mother 3. Oh yeah? I have not played Mother 3, so I couldn't tell you. Get him. You know what? This might be a time to get my fun arrow moments in here. No, there it's okay then. Thoughts on why they never brought Mother 3 over to the States? Complex answer. I don't think it's an easy one answer or one reason answer. Okay, Mr. Dude. Oh shoot. That's right. I was going to check the dungeon down here. Good thing this game's so fun to play. We could just keep running around in circles. I was gonna check the dungeon, you guys. Nope, wrong one. Let's see, but the question of his backstory is left pretty much entirely the player's manual. What we do have to go on is his parents. The fact that he still refers to Ness as his best friend. In 3 he does? I guess it's hard for me to envision because you're looking at 2 different formats of story, right? Earthbound being a video game from the mid-90s, and The Lord of the Rings being a 3-part novel from the middle of the 1900s, that you get a lot more characterization for Gollum, right? Than you do with Pokey. He's, like I said, he's barely in the game. With his parents, operating entirely just on what I remember from Earthbound, because again, I've not played Mother 3. In just Earthbound, you get the sense that his family's just kind of never been super great. I don't know. His dad was generous to our dad, right? Or to Ness's dad. He loaned him a bunch of money, didn't he? Sold like spoiled milk. That's one of the answers. Oh yeah. See, I'm already not remembering where I'm supposed to go. Does Mother 3 reuse the jokes of Earthbound? That seems like an unfair suggestion. I don't know. Again, I haven't played Mother 3. Yeah, infamously poor marketing. Fun, but gross out humor. Ah, the 90s. They're like, you know what? This kind of reminds me of Ren and Stimpy, and they just kind of miss all of the wistfulness, the heart, the innocence of the whole thing. Marketing fundamentally misunderstanding the product? That's never happened before. Oh, wrong character. Okay, let's see if it was worth coming all the way down here. Oh, yeah. Brrrr. Oh, I guess it just does that. So it was one of those late RPGs, huh? It would be an interesting study to kind of see how many sort of heavy hitters came out well into the lifespan of the successor systems. It does happen, right? Some people will make comments about the content of Mother 3 as to being another reason why they didn't bring it over here to the States. Should have marketed it toward RPG nerd kids. So I think, too, at the time, they didn't really understand what RPG nerd kids were. Especially for a home console marketed to children like the Super Nintendo. I don't think that they knew. Right? Because RPGs were still kind of finding their footing on home console. Hadn't really become a popular genre. Assume other 3 follow the same format? Well, you know what they say about when you assume. You assume That's what you do. Something like that. Oh, come on. They always get stuck right there. Alright, now we gotta go to the upper land. This is actually the part of the game where I always got stuck as a kid. The upper land. So we'll see about getting past that today. It's like a boss or something that you have to trigger that... I don't know. Take one for the... I mean, we've got 2 people who are very familiar with Mother 3 in here. So we could rely on an informed opinion. We could do that, right? Rather than a clearly aggressive and biased one. Let's see. The beginning of the end of history can be traced to the issue of Nintendo Power, which stopped listing. About 64 as an upcoming release. Womp womp womp. In Black Belt, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Oh, the Hawaiian word of the day? Pua'a. Say it with me, class. Pua'a. In Black Belt, how's it going? Pua'a. Pig. Means pig. Might just be Pua. I think it's Pua'a. Yeah, except there's no H. So it's basically, it's spelled like this. You've got, yeah, P-U-A apostrophe A. The apostrophe in the Hawaiian language is a letter. It's called the okina. And you close your throat on the vowel. So instead of saying pua, you say pua'a. Okina. Now you learned everything today. Puaha. No, there's no ha in there. You almost got it right. Oh yeah, they were really digging deep into Hawaiian lore for the names of characters in Moana. Did they really call the pig Pua'a? I didn't remember that. And the chicken's name is He'e, isn't it? See, now I thought He'e was octopus. Oh, that might be Heke, though. Something like that. Usually we would use Hawaiian names for a lot of things over there, for animals. But for some reason we always called the octopus the Japanese name, Taco. Upper land, here we go. Oh, just Pua. Okay. Like a glottal stop. See, I was going to say glottal stop, but then I didn't want Mr. Temper to make fun of me. It's clever because of scratch and sniff cards. Yeah. I mean, +2 wasn't the game really expensive since it was bundled with the guide? That was a weird decision as well. They could have sold it in a smaller thing. Okay, let me look it up. It might be just Pua and I'm misremembering. Misremember something on stream? What? Oh no, I'm right. So Pua means, depending on context and pairing with other words, can mean flower, child, or young. Pua'a means pig or swine. So I did have it right. So they named the pig Pua, which is real close to Pua'a, but instead means something much nicer than a pig. Pua'a'e? My next door neighbor. Oh, Pua'ai. Pokey, right? The upper land is huge. Reach it by going through the great forest. Just slide into the cannon. Here we go. Yeah, I remember watching Moana for the first time after delaying for a long time. I had people who were like, oh, you have to see Moana because you're Hawaiian. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's no, like, prescription of things I have to consume in entertainment just because of like my ethnicity. That seems like a dangerous slope to slide down. But I finally watched it. I was like, this isn't even Hawaiian anyway. They're like Samoan or Tahitian in that thing. They just use Maui and Moana. I think it's Tahitian. You know the difference between your children and your pigs? You got to be real careful with that. You got to be real careful with that. But sometimes children can act like pigs. So you've got Pua and Pua'a. Green, your home's here in the Red Forest, or Great Forest, right? Lead on.
I hit my head again when we landed.
Lovely. This might take a while. Oh, yeah. Pooh. Listen, he's laughing. So, Pooh with 2 U's? I wonder if that's a Hawaiian word here. Pooh. It would be. Oh, yeah. That's hill, peak, or mound. There's a fort I got to go to, one of the last Hawaiian temples that was built. Pu'ukohola, which is Hill of the Whale, so it's got Pu'u in there. That was King Kamehameha's war temple where he sacrificed the body of his cousin and then went off to war. Cool.
No crying. Pebblers have taken over their village.
Okay. Gotta watch out for pebblers.
I decided to get out of that hole. Just smell that fresh air. Okay, which one's ready?
I don't think any of these are ready. Nope. Okay, so now I gotta remember how to get through this bit. Oh my gosh. Because I always get stuck at this part of the game. You gotta travel in like a certain direction or something like that. I don't know. Can't remember.
Always the contrarian.
What did I say? I can't remember what I said. I'm a contrarian. Oh, that's the pot calling the kettle made of cast iron. Oh yeah, you get a little bit of confusion here. Confusion. I'm going to conserve that until we know where our next healing is going to come from. At least the music is fairly pleasant. I don't think I could stand a 10-hour version of this track, but it's nice. You think Star Tropics covers most of Hawaiian history? I just cursed you in Hawaiian for saying Star Tropics covers Hawaiian history. Just kidding, I don't know any Hawaiian curses. But if I did, you know, there is a Hawaiian curse though. If you take one of the rocks from the volcanic area of the Volcanic National Park, you'll get cursed. It's real, look it up. It's on the internet, so it must be accurate. See, that was the problem with my book. A bunch of people were like, this is inaccurate. If I put it on YouTube, people would have been like, oh yeah, everything in this video is entirely true and completely accurate. But no, you put it in a book and all of a sudden people are like, ooh. Oh no, the written word. I like these strawberry rabbits. They look like they probably taste delicious. See, this is what I remember. I just remember going around in endless circles here, not really knowing what I was supposed to be doing. So I'm going to look it up because I don't want to do the endless circles thing. Well, these dudes just kind of come out of nowhere, huh? Dang water thugs. Oh! Do you see that dragon? Maybe we're supposed to follow it. Maybe that's it. I'm going to try that. Where'd he go? Looked like he was flying right again. So we will go in that direction. Yes. Yes. Mike, the yo-yo wielding white warrior who drives a submarine of Hawaiian history. Something colonialism, if you're going to ask modern commentators. Oh, that's what Goku says before he shoots a fireball. See, Goku is Hawaiian. That's right. It could be a legitimate Hawaiian curse, and I didn't know. His roasting pits will be forever cold. Is that what it said? Howdy. No, I don't want to go nowhere. Star Tropics is a cool game. I played that earlier this year. Not an RPG. I would call it an action adventure, but really fun game. It's a shame about how it handles the that code with the manual, because you're just gonna. It's something so outside of the game, especially removed at this point, that you're not really gonna get the ability to figure it out for yourself. I didn't care for that. It's neat to attach it to a manual, but if you can't figure it out yourself, it seems a little iffy. No, he keeps flying that way. That's a great job showing the link between Hawaiians and aliens. I always thought you might be that guy from the History Channel, the aliens guy, but yeah. Old school copy protection. There it is. It's so late in the game, too. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, these are monsters. Did not remember that. I guess these are the pebblers. They're so cute. Why do the enemies in this game have to be so adorable? Makes you feel bad. Almost. I just pretend they're Ninja Temper. Mr. Temper to you. And then everything is better. All right. Is that all of them? I guess so. The Mughals can come back to the village now. You think that guy's a hunk? Well, Ninja is more Steve Brule than Ancient Aliens. I don't know who Steve Brule is, but that's fun to say. Steve Brule. Alright, we accomplished something here. Kupi. Kupapo. Or Kupopo. Oh, my head. Okay, let's see in Hawaiian. Does Kupo mean anything? Kupo refers to a type of fishing net. Yeah, that's not super relevant, huh? There's Kupua, Kupono. How about Kupi, you said? No, nothing really. Kupo is short for Kupo Kupopo. Let's try that. I don't think that's anything. Yeah, no, it doesn't. What was dark? I keep missing stuff. Steve Brule? Was it me saying Steve Brule? I don't know. Or was it the fishing net?
Oh, my head. Oh, bother. I hit my head.
What's wrong?
Yippee, I can remember everything. Walk the seasons from spring to winter. Spring again, and we can enter.
Okay, spring to winter. And then spring again. So this is like summer down here, right? What do we got over here? Oh, yeah. Okay, we gotta go this way. Do you know that potatoes is short for potato? There we go. This is spring. So then we gotta go this way. Get out of here. Everybody just go. Oh my gosh, the player AI. Yeah, then we gotta do this. And then we gotta come down here. That was from the right. Why did I get stuck here? Like, it was such a simple puzzle. You ever think back to when you were a kid and you're like, dang, man, I was stupid. I just didn't even pick out. I mean, they clearly tell you what to do. I don't know.
I'm back, everybody. Hello, what the? The village is in shambles. What on earth happened? Hey, somebody's here.
Oh, it's is it that oh yeah, this thing. Every boss. Every boss, I'm like, you know what? I don't think I like this boss. Can't even reach it. 7. What the? Okay. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Well. Oh, it was dark when I said that? It was pretty light in here. I don't know. Sadly, no trace of them was ever found. It was really just my way of saying you're kind of cute. You resemble a hedgehog in Secret of Mana. Looks like you won. I said the hedgehog enemies, not the giant crow thing. Friggin' darn it. This is why God invented autosaves. All right. Try it again. What? What? What is this? What are you doing? You're gonna get the band hammer one of these days. Oh my goodness. Man, you don't even get to keep your experience points. What kind of game is this? Hardest game on the Super Nintendo right here. Way harder than Wizardry 5. Tougher than a Nindo. More brutal than 7th Saga. Easily. Maybe Mr. Temper got hacked. Okay. Now let's go get the cannon. Oh, free stuff. It's not gonna fit. Something happened. Thank you to whoever that was. Stinky Eevee butt. Well, thanks for the follow. And thanks for the chuckle. Interesting name you got there. How's it going today? How come there's no butt type for Pokemon? You know, you got Ghost, Dark, Fairy. List is endless. There's no booty type. These are the real questions. Okay, we're going to Upper Land. Now, I'm not going to lose this time. Okay, I'm not. But I may look up to how to remember how to beat that thing. I thought you had to stand on the cliffside in order to beat that bird. Does anybody remember that in particular? Okay. That's the correct answer there. Yeah. I mean, I know Pokemon Company gets a lot of flack. Quite a bit of it reasonable. But yeah, it's one of those series where you know, every once in a while you'll hear people say listen to fans. And you ever like listen to fans? Fans don't even agree with fans. How are developers supposed to agree with fans? Got you, dang owls. Okay, obviously we were getting hit pretty hard on that battle there, so I don't know. Is there a save point here in the Upper Land? That's what I need. Maybe after we get the Moogle village back. It's weird there how it's like silence causes confusion on this game. I think they would have had that figured out by now. You just yeah, just do the acid rain and smash them. That's it. I mean, I could not get any hits in on that thing. Wait, what happened? I didn't read it. You gotta talk to the Moogles, darn it. Come on, you guys. There we go. Wait, what Pokemon board game are you all talking about that has a Chaos Knight in it? Oh, there we go. I walked right past this guy, didn't I? I don't even recall seeing him. Hey, take care, Baron. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the chit chat. Okay, here we go. Now we should be able to enter the village. Wow, that's a lot of damage. I haven't seen new equipment for a while, actually. Maybe this Neko has got some. Let's check that out. Steamed crab. Oh, he's angry. He's steamed. That's perfect. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here. Okay. So, like, is there an easy way to tell just from this what all we got? Let's see. I know I need 3 of these. We're going to take some of these. And I'm going to take this. And then these, I'm not sure about Kung Fu dress and spiky suit. So let's check it out. Oh, she could wear that too. Okay, we need another one of those. I got plenty of those. Okay, so we don't need that. I do need to buy another blue hat. And he doesn't have anything better than this, huh? Oh, right there. No. Oh, you need another Kung Fu suit, or another spiky suit. How about this guy? No, can't use it. I like hanging on to stuff in this game because it makes the ring more interesting to look at. Right here. So one more of these. One more of these. No, it wasn't her. There we go. Boom. That ought to be a good increase to defense right there. It would be funny if the AI companions decided to buy stuff themselves. That would be an interesting thing if you had an RPG where your uncontrolled party members made decisions like that. Pokemon Master Trainer board game. Is it like a really rare like collector's item these days? My kids are into Pokemon. They're what got me back into Pokemon. After being too cool for it for a long time. I got them the new ZA for Christmas. Hopefully they're not listening to this. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what that's all about. I did like Legends Arceus. It felt like a decent step forward for the series. For a series that resists change in a lot of ways. Okay, the Mughals can come back now. There we go. My boy. None of these, right? No, I didn't get anything else. Oh, my head. Oh. Okay, but first, let's kind of see what they got around here. An inn would be nice. Oh, okay. There's the Axis Orb right there. Yeah, a 90s board game coupled with a popular franchise and a very, very rigorous collector's market in the gaming scene. I could imagine that would be a combination for some very, very aggressive pricing in the aftermarket. But it's called Pokemon Master Trainer. Pokemon Master Trainer. I'm gonna have to check that out. Maybe they did a re-release. Glove. Yeah, we got those Vega claws now. Nope, so we still don't have an inn here. An inn. So what we're going to do is use up some of our heals. Just get to full strength real quick. And then we'll save. Now I'm not staggering my saves here, so hopefully there's nothing too crazy that's gonna happen. I don't think that there is. You gotta push the enemy out of the way. Okay, springtime. Come back to summertime. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious, let me get you out of there. Let's remember to heal before we go into the boss fight. Vexing. No, it was still reversed. Yeah, you know how Nintendo is with, Okay, now what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? You start from spring. And then you go through to summer. Oh, you know what happened is because I got confused and exited. I broke the cycle. So that was bad. Gonna have to not do that. There we go. I wonder if that's what had gotten me stuck when I was a kid. Not realizing that if you accidentally go back, that can dramatically impact you. Okay, you know what? Let's heal up in here. Robo Nan, how's it going? I'm sure most of us have played this when I was younger, but did any of you ever beat it? Yeah, a couple people in chat here did. I did not. Never got past that puzzle or the puzzles where you cast elements on switches. So thank you, Robot Nyan, for joining us. One. Thank you, two, for justifying my childhood memories. Because I got stuck on that part too. As a kid. I did not beat that. I did not beat that at all. I came back and beat this game as an adult. This one was a rental for me for a long time, and I always got stuck there. Cinco, how's it going? Anytime co-op with best friend. Cinco, I don't know how long you've been here for, but greetings to you. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for chatting. I appreciate it. But did play different save files from rentals. Oh, yeah. That was always a fun part of the rental experience. You could see the end of the game. Okay, so we're going to do a couple things here to heal up. I'm gonna go with item heals. Methinks. Okay. Now I lost to this boss already, so I gotta wait for it. So Robo Nan, I don't know if we're familiar with each other. My name's Moses, aka the Well-Read Mage. I'm playing through every Super Nintendo RPG. Got about 9 left. I was on Ultima 6, took a break due to unpleasantness, and came back, and now we're on Secret of Mana, which I have beaten before, but I just wanted a comfort food game. We were watching friends play this co-op too, and they didn't realize they never equipped armor. Oof. Everybody has to have that experience at least once, right? Like early on, there had to be an RPG that I played where I didn't realize, oh, it's not enough to buy the equipment. You actually gotta equip it. Okay, now this boss here. I don't think that even looked like that connected. I hate the hitbox on this boss. All of these bosses, really. Come on now. I think I love every part of this game except for most of the boss fights. Well, he's still... And this guy hits on the rough side. Plays rough. I can't... You hit him with freeze. Here, and see how that looks. Oh, yeah. Beefy damage. Oh, you know what? We are going to go ahead and... They call it an action RPG, but there's a lot of there's a lot of menu sifting on this. I tried Tales of Legendia. I have not. So I'm sorry I didn't clarify that we're playing not any of the Super Famicom ones, because that's a much longer list. That's an extra 120 games. Some of them don't even have fan translations. So I'm only playing the ones released in English for the Super Nintendo. I did that with Magic and FF15. Someone missed out, skipped the Magic tutorial, never used any Magic the whole game. Well, you know what? Magic was pretty lackluster in 15 anyway. It was just like grenades. I don't know. Because your characters use Phoenix Downs on themselves. Yeah, I don't think Magic would have helped you enjoy that game. I really don't. I'm going to go out on a limb. Oh, yeah, that's nice, reliable damage right there. This is such a hard boss to strike that we're really just going to be all about using magic. Of course you can't hit him from there. He's way up there. Anytime you want to blow up, it's fine with me. Yeah, it is silence, all right. But Tales of Legendia, is that Super Famicom? I thought it was Tales of Fantasia was Super Famicom. So I don't know if I know that Tales one. I haven't played many Tales games. I did play Tales of Destiny. I liked it. Think of too many games I started but didn't beat. That's good philosophy right there. I wish I was more like that. Gotta finish what you start, right? Oof. Big damage. Broski's gotta be toasty pretty soon, right? I mean, can't be too much more of this. Let's get nervous about spending one more fairy walnut since they're so expensive. There he goes. See ya, big bird. Legendio was PS2. It has a playable character named Moses? Really? Okay, I've not heard of this one. The only time I got to play as a character named Moses was in Exodus Journey to the Promised Land from Wisdom Tree. Good times. Let's say Tales of Legendia. Let's see what Moses looks like here. Oh wow, he looks just like me. No, that's cool. This is great. I gotta check this out. If he's Hawaiian, then double whammy. Moses Sandor. How much does this go for generally? Let's see the prices. Oh, this is affordable. I might just need to. Just need to check this out. Moses Sandor. There we go. Is it Moses Sandor or Moses Andor? It's kind of hard with that S at the end. Trust me, it's been my whole life like that. Otay. We did it. No dungeon here. Heck yes. Receive the seed's power. What's up, old man? Grandpa. Is that you, little tyke? Grandpa, can't you see me? Empire's men came and undid the wind seal. A bright flash stunned me. The others there. This is awful. No, they must have escaped. I suppose so. Grandpa! Wow! Okay. Tyke, we sprites are a part of mana. That beast couldn't have beat us, but humans are breaking seals and releasing monsters which are consuming our source of life, mana. I'll put a stop to that immediately. These two can help. Red ... Volunteer us, why don't you? I'd go with you if I could see better. At least take Sylphid, the wind elemental, with you. Oh, here he is. You called master? These young people are now your master. It's so. Gain Sylphid's powers. Use Analyzer to learn what magic works on crystal orbs. Use your magic on the orb in this forest. Open the way to Matango. It's said a white dragon lives in a cave north of Matango. The dragon can help you. Go now, and worry not about me. Grandpa, everyone will come back soon. Me too. Come back whenever you're tired. Let me fix you up. Should I save your game? Sure. With the rhymes. That was just for Mr. Temper. Yeah. That guy. What did I just Oh yeah, I shared about a collector's edition millennial sets that they released for PS1 RPGs. Really cool sets that came with like extra art. The Final Fantasy Tactics re-release came with like a clock, like a Final Fantasy Tactics clock. And some guy was still like, I could get all those games for free. I was like, I've heard of emulation, and so I just responded, you wouldn't download a collector's edition clock. That's how you show him. That's how you wouldn't download a Mr. Temper. I wouldn't. That's spyware if ever I heard of it. Okay. Now we can do stuff. There's something Matango. I think it's down in the spring area, but I'm gonna go back here and save the game. Ba, ba, ba. There we go. Oh yeah, whip level 3, baby. Okay, I don't think I got another orb. Let's double check. Oh, right there. Now it's a boomerang again. Even though the ring is so much cooler. Alright, so let me replace some items that we consume. Another candy. Another chocolate. One of these. I'm gonna get one more chocolate. For the road. And then we'll go ahead and save the game. We would download a Mr. Temper. No, you couldn't force Mr. Temper to go to work. Mr. Temper is too robust. He's too powerful to be forced to go to work while you stay home and play video games. He would just give you snarky comments. There's no way. That is not it's not a foolproof plan. Ought to be this way. Getting all kinds of sweet level ups. Let's see. Oh, you know what? What time is it here? I could probably make it to the next spot. The next level up before I gotta split. Okay, here's another magic thing, and I will take your magic recommendations. If you ever use Sylphid, I don't recall that I did. Silence, Thunderbolt, Air Blast, and then on the other character we got Thunder Saber. There's the Analyzer, Balloon. We'll use the Analyzer, we'll humor. Duh. Thunderbolt. Okay, so I guess it wasn't that one. There we go. I like how they tell you the magic type, but they don't tell you which spell. You gotta figure that out on your own some. There's an exit there. Big area. Oh no, the owl. He got me. Ooh. Too fantastic. Well, we can solve that. Let's do some acid storms. Aw. We did it. Okay, next through this area. Matango. That's a big old forest. I don't really feel like fighting those enemies right now. Kind of want to see if I can just get to the next save point before I gotta take off here. I feel like I might have gotten lost in this area as a kid as well. Oh, I know the wall enemy had me for a while as a kid, but definitely this forest. This is where I got stuck. And that's it, just sticking with Undine, huh? I guess again, there's so much selection for magic. It doesn't seem like there's much point to use. Like, you've got so many offensive spells. Why use the Thunderbolt over something else? Doesn't usually seem like there's that much of an elemental advantage, as you could say. Whoa, that's a lot of crabs. Oh, I thought that was an NPC for a second there. I was like, sir, I'm so sorry. No, just a kimono bird. Living his best life. Okay. Switch to the axe. Can get through here. Nothing. Thought it was an NPC. That's what she said. All right. Unlike others of our kind, we're peaceful. Never trust a mushroom. Welcome to Matango. I like this area. The dappled light through leaves effect is really cool. We say Matango to greet each other. We aren't equipped to fight monsters. Yeah, y'all got an inn or something around here? Not leaving yet, I hope. We'd love for you to stay for dinner. We aren't equipped to fight monsters. This is Fung Castle, home to King Truffle. Okay, we'll come back to the castle. See if we can't. Forest has become a dangerous place. I thought there was like I thought there was houses in this place. I'm misremembering. Must have been another mushroom forest somewhere. Hey, I know you. Nothing. This man's told me all about you. The king's inside. Get the king's permission first. Ah, here we go. A proper bed. Sweep the night away. Okay, so folks, I think that's probably where I'm gonna have to draw it today. Hey, good to meet you, Robot Nan. Thanks for the mention of Tales of Legendia. I don't think I don't think I've heard of that one at all. At all. So that's pretty neat. It's exciting to hear about something new, especially when it's got your namesake in it, you know. But until next time, I'll see you. I'll be on tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central. Thanks to everybody else for hanging out and chatting. Make sure this saves properly. After you leave, I always double check to make sure it's double saved, because you never know. You never know. I'll see you folks next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.